Hello, everybody. I hope you're staying warm this week, and I've got a few good new books that I think you can cozy up with. This one is for the soccer fans, but not just for the soccer fans. There's a lot going on in this little book. FURIA is the nickname Camila receives in the first chapter of this book, where she dominates this super important football game. She's on the cusp of becoming a soccer superstar and moving toward her dream of playing college soccer in the US. But to her family and most of her friends in Argentina, she's just little Camila, a hardworking student. This all changes when Diego, her longtime friend, comes home to visit. You see, he's not just any guy. He's already made it as a soccer superstar, like big time. He plays for Juventus, a huge team in Torino, where I actually got to teach high school for a bit, and he's come home to tell her how he feels about her. He brings all this media attention with him. He wants her to leave with him when she graduates, and she is tempted. He's been her longtime love, but she also really wants to do things on her own terms. She's worked so hard for so long to prove to herself that she can make it, and her mother's also sacrificed a lot for her as well. So what is she gonna do? Follow the boy or follow her dreams? I like this one because, well, I love Torino and I love all the soccer talk, but I also really liked how strong Camila is. She's an admirable, smart character, the kind of person you'd want to be friends with. And this book was picked by Reese Witherspoon for her YA book club recently, which is kind of neat. I think many of you, but especially you soccer fans, will enjoy it. Have you ever wished that people just got what they deserved? Well, when we meet sophomore Prue, she's just sang a fabulous karaoke version of John Lennon's song, Instant Karma, fallen off the stage and knocked herself out. And when she comes to, she finds herself with the ability to exact karma on anyone. So she starts small, giving people their just desserts when she sees them act like a jerk. But she's not really too sure how to use this power. And what she'd really like to do is use it on her lab partner who isn't pulling his weight and causing her grades to tank. So one day she follows him after school to use her magical karmic powers, and she's surprised to see him stop at a local sea animal rescue center. And when she's caught by his mom, she's roped into volunteering and becomes wrapped up in the cause. So the two frenemies become involved in this joint effort to save the sea lions and otters within the center, and you know how it goes. A budding little romance begins to blossom. But what's also interesting about this book is how Prue's new power makes her reconsider what's right and wrong. So sure, she can deal out rewards and punishment as she sees fit, but how is she supposed to decide what's fair when it's a really complex situation and she can see all sides? So it's also a really fun one for those of us who live near a beach town, where many can relate to the love of the ocean and all of the creatures within it. It's another one I think a lot of you will enjoy. If you like murder mysteries like the movie Knives Out, or the book One of Us is Lying, this might be the perfect new series for you. It's all about 17-year-old Avery Grahams, who can't wait to get out of the house and away from her mother and all of her very less than awesome boyfriends. One day, she's informed that an eccentric billionaire, whom she's never met, has named her in his will. And when she goes to the reading, she's sitting alongside all of the family members. They're all wondering why she's there, and then they all learn that he has left everything to her. On one condition: she must live with that whole family in the home for 1 year. This just isn't any home. It's a huge mansion, and it's kind of creepy. So this whole thing is a little nuts, and it gets even nuttier. It turns out this billionaire loved puzzles, and he's put them all in the middle of this very giant, very spooky one. But the family proves to be very interesting, and they all work and fight together and against each other, and it's anybody's guess why this billionaire, Tobias Hawthorne, made Avery a giant pawn in his final riddle. It's very interesting, a good page-turner, and it's the first in a series that I think many of you will get wrapped up in. This one has a great start. Ready? I've left some clues for you. If you want them, turn the page. If you don't, put the book back on the shelf, please. It's Lily, we learn, who left clues in a red notebook in a bookstore, just waiting to see who will take the bait and give her some entertainment during this horrible holiday season that she's having. And it just happens to be Dash. Like Lily, he's doing all he can to escape Christmas and his parents' complicated divorce, and so he decides to accept the lists of challenges set forth in the notebook. And then he leaves his own set of challenges at another mysterious location. So the two trade off dares all over the city of New York, which is an excellent place for a series of adventures. Some of you may have seen the new Netflix series based on the novel and might find it just as compelling to read the new back and forth dares of Dash and Lily. If you're already a big Nate fan, you'll love the latest one. It's the beginning of another middle school year for Nate, and this time he finds himself sitting next to the class pet gerbil. And he finds this the perfect little creature to blame for him not getting his homework turned in. He also finds a very awkward way to break up with his girlfriend, and he makes his friend Chad into a superhero in his first film. So for those of you who already love the series, this one is no different. It's always light, always fun, and I know many of you will like it.